Hey, let's do an update in the greenhouse today. Yeah, we've had some nice warm periods in the greenhouse with the heater going, and things are growing like crazy. I'm going to share that with you. Stay tuned. Welcome back to Pine Meadows Hobby Farm. I'm your host, Jerry Hansen. I love coming in the greenhouse, especially on my days off. I can just spend some nice time out here. It's like 68 degrees according to the thermometer. I have this little propane heater to keep the greenhouse warm, and it gives me such a really pleasant place to come to get out of the house, get kind of outside, and feel like I'm doing something with my farm. So these are strawberries. I'm hoping they will come back. I grew those last year up in these repurposed gutters. I hung them up there, filled them with soil, and I let them sit all winter, and now I'm just saturating the soil in hopes that they will take root and wake up from their winter sleep. I don't know if I'm doing this right, because I just never grew strawberries before. Would put them in, I had a raised bed garden over at Acorn Acres. Checked out that website. We no longer have that in our possession or our care. It's sold, somebody else has it, so chances are we will not be filming at all over there. But there's a channel that's devoted to that farm, and I had built a huge garden. The garden was, I think it was 100 feet by 200 feet. It was a big garden. No, it was 50 feet by 100 feet with raised beds, and I had one raised bed devoted to just nothing but strawberries. So I planted 2 varieties of strawberries in there and I grew them, but now I'm just trying to grow them here. They did come back year after year. Didn't have to do much to them. So hopefully I may end up just moving them outside to their own raised bed and have a dedicated raised bed to just strawberries. And having the strawberries with my other berries. I plant strawberries, I've got raspberries, I've got grapes, blackberries, I'm adding goji berries and blueberries. I tried blueberries before, they died. I know they need an acidic soil. So we'll see how it goes. You know, the pepper bin is still not sprouting peppers. And it's right above the heater to catch the heat from the heater to help the seeds germinate from a warmer soil temperature. I have no cucumbers sprouting over here in this top tub. I just think those seeds are too old. But I did plant them down below, and I don't see any evidence of sprouting down below either. But we're going to keep crossing our fingers and hoping for the best. I've got the tomatoes have sprouted. Zucchini and cantaloupe have not. I have avocado in here that I have planted. And I got sweet basil. I planted that last week. There's no sign of it sprouting yet. The Swiss chard has sprouted. Parsley has not. Thyme has not. 2 varieties of thyme. And look at my onions. They are growing like they're getting up there again. Wow. I planted basil and thyme and some other herbs up here in these little pots. And then I got my hanging baskets that have sprouted. And then these, I planted some portulaca in these baskets. I'm hoping that they will germinate and grow. And I plan on putting these baskets on the rails of the porch to add a little bit of color for my wife and my mother-in-law. And then I've got some California poppy, cosmos, sage, Goliardia. I got some Long Island mammoth dill, and then a variety of flowers. I planted in these pots right here. Make sure everybody gets watered. And I got these guys down here. Yeah, I got thyme and parsley. And then here's where I have a yellow squash and zucchini. And then I have Paris Island romaine lettuce growing in this bucket over here. And it has sprouted. It's growing. Yay! Make sure it is well watered. Then I have some gladiolas. And this orange star plant, this will be the third year I've grown this plant here. And then I got rosemary back here, and cucumber. This is where my cucumber is. And I got more crocus here. So I'm going to have a lot of flowers. I'm paying a lot of attention to growing flowers here in the greenhouse too. And then I got my onions that I started from seed. They're still babies, but this is their second year. I thinned them out and transplanted them. And then next year, they will go into the garden. Look at all that green on there. It's looking fabulous. Really good. And the garlic. The garlic is actually growing. Peeled garlic is what I purchased from the store. Used in a coq au vin recipe. And I took the rest of it and just popped it in this tub and grew it. Down here, cannot forget the pawpaw. I hope those seeds sprout. That'd be so cool. Water that empty bucket just to keep the soil moist. Now let's not forget my happy spoiled little worms. Yeah, they're doing the job. They are turning this to really great organic black gold. I'm going to moisten this down a little bit. Like they would get in nature, it would rain. But I don't want to make it too wet. Not saturating, but just keeping it moist. Now, as they work this, it was a little bit higher. As they work it, it compacts down even more. So in a couple of weeks, I'll go ahead and add more material for them to eat on. This is layered. It's like a lasagna of material for the worms to process. I'm curious to see, just turn over. See, happy spoiled little creatures. They're working us. Look at that good organic material that they've processed already. Look at all of them. And they're reproducing. Nice. Look at all those. Very nice. Very nice indeed. Got all kinds of different sizes of worms. I'm really happy with being able to finally start my grow in the greenhouse with the help of the worms. Very happy indeed. I will be thinning the worms out as they procreate and make more worms, and adding them to the garden. Yep, the worms will go into the garden, and we will be happy. Happy farmer. And I just checking down here in my bucket to see if I have any worm tea. But there's not much leachate going out right now. Maybe in the future, but oh, I'll be saving that, bottling it. I've got people at work already lining up wanting to buy that stuff from me. Because they do understand the nutritional importance to my greenhouse for that. I gotta figure out a better way to store my yard tools. That will be another small project this year. Just a small one. I also want to construct a scarecrow. I have this idea for an epic scarecrow. I'm going to go to the thrift store and find a set of, if I can't find overalls, I'll just find an old pair of pants and a shirt. I've got a hat and I've got the head. You know that mechanical pumpkin that you see around a Halloween on my front porch? Yes, motion detected. That will go into the my creation of the scarecrow. I'm also going to get the expanding canned foam insulation material to fill up the body and create the body. Get an old pair of boots, and that way I have a good solid base on which it can stand. And then one of the arms, I'm going to, this is my plan. One of the arms I'm going to leave loose, but it's going to grip a hose. And as the hose goes, it's just going to go like this. Just flap as the pressure of the hose is going to be able to water the garden and keep the pests away. Now they do have motion detector sprinkler systems and valves, so I can get one of those specifically for the deer and stuff. So when something gets in my garden, it'll activate it and start spraying. Plus the the head will talk, and hopefully keep the creatures out of my garden. I'm tired of sharing my garden with all of nature. This is my food. My chickens are doing a wonderful job right now at getting the insects out and stirring up the soil. I let the chickens in here because there's nothing I'm harvesting right now. I'm going to let them turn it all over. And I'm going to get ready and plant my February garden later this week. So stay tuned for that episode. Yes, there's things I can grow in February in Zone 8. And we're going to get those in the ground really quick. Now I got all kinds of neat ideas for my homestead. Turn my water off, and I try to think outside of the box, be creative, and do it cheap or free. Do everything I can cheap or free, and that way I can share it with you guys and inspire you as well, so you can keep coming back to my channel and seeing solutions to things you may not otherwise know that you can achieve with what little income or lack of income you have. Because I'm being creative. I'm thinking outside the box here. I'm utilizing my imagination to the fullest extent. So you could do that by subscribing to the channel, then clicking that bell icon. What that does is it gives you an alert of a new show I uploaded, and showing you my creativity and ingenuity and money-saving tips, yes, and some advice, and also warn you about some of my failures. Yes, I have failures. I will show them to you. I have in the past, I will in the future. Also, click on that share button. Sharing my videos on your social media platforms really helps out my channel. Another thing you could do, if you would, for me, is leave a comment or a tip. You guys may know how to grow strawberries better than I. If you think my strawberries are a fail right now because I let them go all winter, let me know. I need to know these things. I need to know in order to, if I need to go get some more strawberry starts, I can get that going soon. Yeah, and you guys are going to help me, I hope. Remember, always be safe, and please, always be kind. We'll see you guys in the next episode, all right? Bye-bye. I love spring, babies, and plants.